Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm just gonna be a little bit candid, nothing scripted, nothing that's gonna be over put together, but I just want to get into a relaxed mode and tell you guys the story of my journey. If you've watched my video, you know that in the previous video about what it takes to actually to start a business, and yeah, it's been a journey. So before I get into the part about me selling my nice car to basically drive a more affordable one, okay? So my journey started towards the end of COVID. So I had planned, before COVID actually hit, like a couple of months, that's when I actually sold my car. So I was driving a red Honda Brio, and I got it as my first car after I got the job that paid better. I did have jobs before, but they were paying like 4,000, 5,000 rand. So this job that I got, the first pay was about 10,000 rand. I had no children, no other form of responsibility except paying for rent and food. So that was enough for me to buy a car. So the advice that I got when I bought a car was basically don't take it on balloon payment, because once you're done, there's going to be other forms of payment or whatever. That was really the gist of the advice that I got. But when you buy a car, they tell you it's 2,500 rand, but I ended up paying close to like 4,000 rand for that small car with a tiny boot every single month, because you have to get insurance. When you drive a nice car, when you don't, but when you drive a nice car, you even feel like insuring it more. It's the same with a cell phone. Like if you have a cell phone that you bought, like an iPhone 13 or whatever, better get insurance on it because if it's stolen and you're still paying for it, that's going to be a disaster. So anyway, before COVID hit, I had made up in my mind that I was going to start a business. I didn't want to have the second child. I only have one boy before I actually had a running business. So I had decided I'm going to start saving up after I sold that car and started driving the car that I have now, which is a Tez. My husband's dad was moving away, so he had another car, a Camry, that he gave to us, and then I decided, okay, let me just let go of this nice one that has automatic windows, steering wheel, smooth, electric steering wheel and all the works, and just change the buttons and all of that. So after I sold it with We Buy Cars. So because I had took it with the bank, so when I sold it, they just came, had a look at it, and I still had like 80,000 on it left. So I just said, just take it. So I'm not gonna have anything to pay per month, because I didn't want to pay that amount of money per month. I know some people will be like, yeah, sell it online, sell it to other people. There's risks with that involved as well. Like if you sell it to somebody, they could fake put money in your account. Like you get a notification like the money is there or something, but the money is actually not there, and you have to suss out the people. Are they real? Are they... Yeah, it was just a lot. And like if you go to like an established place, you don't have to worry about being scammed, because it's quite big in South Africa, this scamming thing. So a couple of months, I sold it, and I think about 4 months into COVID, then I kept on working at the company where I was quite unhappy. Like now when I look back, I think I could have handled certain things differently, like with the gossips and things like that. But I think when you're at a company and you're in this culture, you become a part of the culture. And it's hard to get out of that culture by yourself and form your own little culture by yourself. It just wouldn't work, But if you're in a certain environment, it's very difficult to stop doing certain things, and you know you could do better and you know you should do better, but you just end up not doing the right things basically, and you just end up becoming part of the toxicity. So I was working from home, but then again still being monitored. What am I going, what like just stories all the time. So I couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't. I think maybe I don't do well with authority and being micromanaged. I know some people do really well, they want somebody to tell them all the time, what they need to do. Let's just wait for that. Let's do that. They wait for somebody to tell them what to do, and that's how they work. But I just felt like that just wasn't me. It really wasn't me. So I decided after a while that in the middle of COVID that I've actually had enough. I did save a bit, and then my pension fund came out, and then you have the option to put the money into something else, but I had decided that it's now or never. And the reason I came to that decision was that I was just so traumatized by that experience. And I think sometimes when you go through certain things, it might feel like you don't really understand how much it's impacting you and your health. Some people can thrive in such environments, but for me, it really was affecting, everything about me, and I was so unhappy, and I just got tired of complaining every single day, and I wanted to challenge myself, and I wanted to be in a place where there is an opportunity for me to grow, and the objectives are clear on what I need to do in order for me to grow. Not that you just not performing, like what exactly is it that I'm not doing, and if I'm not doing that, let's be realistic about the reason it's not getting done. And now in my business, I'm the one who sets the objectives. So if it's not getting done, it's because of me and what I am doing. So anyway, I left, and I took my money. I did not put it in anything. So I decided I'm going to start this business. Lucky for me, the business that I have started does not require too much money to start. So I don't want people to just leave their jobs. Business is not easy. It really isn't easy. And I still drive, the car that I was driving. But, I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable in this video and just tell the truth. It's painful. It's not nice to not drive a nice car. You want to be like everybody else. Drive an electric window and things like that. Like, hey, mama, I made it type of thing. And you want to have the modern things, but I can't compare myself to other people, because not everybody is starting a business. People still have jobs. They can't afford to pay a car 6,000 rand every month, 10,000 rand every month. I couldn't. And also the reason that I was paying so much for my car was also the license. So because my license was less than 5 years, then they were charging me a lot more, because they were talking about you're a risk if your license is less than 5 years, which I think is something else, because there's people that have been driving for 30 years and they drive like crap and they've gotten into accidents and all of that. So I actually feel like people that just started driving are more careful than people that have been driving for years, because they think they've been driving for years. So why do they need to be careful? They know how to drive. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about the pain. Like guys, the one time I went to the shops, I went to Pretoria, and this homeless guy, he comes next to my car, and he's asking me, I think he wanted other people, because this car park guys also, and I always want to give them money, but I feel like they look at my car and they're like, this one is probably not gonna give me anything. She's driving a test. Let's go to the fancy cars and help them pack and things like that. So anyway, this homeless guy, then I was sitting, I was just waiting because I was looking for offices and I was not finding the damn directions for SARS in Pretoria. So anyway, this homeless guy comes next to my car. I think he wanted to ask me if I'm gonna leave so that he can give somebody with a nice car the parking. So he's like, knocking on my window. I'm just irritated and I'm like, I'm not even gonna entertain this guy. So he looks at me and then he's like, yeah, go away with your old car and your trashy car. And like, you would think, like, dude, you're homeless. What are you talking about? But I think at the end of the day, it still hurts because you want to be like everybody else. Like, you want to drive a nice car. You want to, you want to show the kids next door you're also part of this. And also, something else that happens that irritates me is that with the tears, I sometimes forget the keys in the car, because the car that I had, like, if you open the door and the key is still in the ignition, then it beeps. You can't close it until you take out the key. But now with this one, you can close the key, and I've done that twice at clients' places, and it is damn embarrassing. But I believe that people that just started their businesses, they'll understand, like, it's tough starting your own business. It's not easy. And I think the issue with today's generation is they think that you're just gonna dance and become famous and make millions, and like overnight, in a couple of months, you're supposed to be bowling and things like that, and not put in the work, do things that you actually don't enjoy doing in order to have the things that you want to have but don't have. So it's hard, it's painful, but I have a goal in my mind, and I always have to think about that. Like, I could take my money and go buy that nice car, but I always have to think my goal is bigger. My goal is to have a business and to actually grow a business and to hire other people and create jobs for other people and teach other people how to be social media managers and how to start their own business, how to leave their 9-to-5s. Not everyone is meant to leave a job and start their own business, but those that do, I feel like I want to be here for them and help them, to move forward in their lives and in their businesses. So that's me just going off on my little heartbreak. Oh, and also another sad thing was that, like, after I left, so I've been telling my mom I want to leave. And then my mom passed away last year. So yeah, that shook things for me. But I just, like, this journey, I've started it. And before she left, also I was speaking to her about it. Like, I'm just tired of complaining every day. And like, she was coming from the place of being concerned as well. Like, no, you can't leave your job. What are you gonna eat? What are your children gonna, what is your child gonna eat, and things like that. And I was just like, why should I worry about that if I have a stroke? Because I was at that point where I felt like I was even envying people that were selling tomatoes in the street, thinking nobody's sitting on top of their heads, telling them what to do 24/7, watching them, telling people to watch them, and and just, yeah, it was not nice. So it's been a tough journey for me, but it's been so worthwhile because I'm growing so much. I've met so many amazing people on the way, and yes, I'll still be driving my test for a while because I'm not where I want to be financially, at a point where I can say I'll buy this nice car. I'm not there. And as much as it hurts sometimes, and as much as I want to pull up in this BMW wearing my heels and things like that, I just need to keep on focusing on what is important and just keeping at it for the bigger goal. And I make this video just to encourage others that are, sometimes you buy cars because maybe your parents also, they're like, you must get a nice car. Look at the kid next door, she has a nice car, or he has a nice car, and he just started working last year, and you feel like you also need to get that in order to be accepted and things like that. But you need to, if you have bigger goals than having a nice car, then you definitely need to, we have to take the good with the bad. Like, I have freedom. I don't have anybody telling me what to do, what time. Like, if I'm sick, I don't have to think, yo, now I need to get a letter. And if I don't have money to go to the doctor, I mean, it's freaking 500 rand for an appointment at the doctor. So what if you don't have money to go to the doctor, but now you must still bring the letter? Like, I don't have to deal with that. I'm going to deal with that with my employees. They better bring the letter. But actually, I don't want to be that kind of person. I want to be kind of person that hires people that actually want to do the work. And if they're doing their work, then what is the issue? If the work is getting done, then, what is the issue? Hire people that are competent, and when they're competent, let them explore things by themselves and do things by themselves. Anyway, this is just to encourage you, like, if you're on the journey of being financially free, not just even starting a business, but if you earning 8,000 rand and 4,000 rand is already going to a car, it just doesn't make sense financially. So yeah, that is that. So in another vlog, I'm gonna be speaking about things that I have stopped buying in order to save money. And one of the things that I've stopped doing is actually doing my nails. It's not completely 100% because of that, but it's also because the nail beds, like those acrylic things, just damage nails. But another thing also, like, if you saw in my other videos, I have a wig on. I actually think I prefer myself without a wig, but sometimes it's nice to look popping. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me on this rant that I went on. R-A-N-T, rant. So thank you for joining me, and I'm gonna see you in the next videos. I'm gonna be making marketing videos still, because I'm a digital marketing consultant and an agency owner. So again, I say, if you have a business, drop your business name below and tell us what you do, and other people that might need your services might get in touch, because we need to grow the community, we need to grow each other, and yes, do everything together. So I'm gonna see you in the next video. I'm excited, and yeah, here's 2022. Let's see what it has for us in store. Quite frankly, 2021 was shitty for me, but here's to 2022. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscription does not take long. You just click on the subscribe button somewhere and subscribe to my channel, and let's grow on this journey together and move to become millionaires together. Okay? $1 million, not million rands, dollars. Ciao guys.